this in. I got a whole bunch I need to get done today, so let's get to work. Of course, right when I start talking, a plane flies overhead. I got a set of brake pads for the front and the rear. I've got brake lines. I don't know if I'm gonna do those today because of time constraints. I've got some fuel lines actually sitting right here bent up behind me that I need to install, keep my car from catching on fire again tomorrow. And then in the mail, arriving probably anytime now, should be a tablet and an OBD2 Bluetooth adapter so that I can install it on my dash and have some gauges actually this time. Coolant temp and RPM would be nice. I also need to install a relay for the fans, keep that thing working, and ideally put on some of these body panels, and I would be a happy camper. So let's get to work. Good sign. The rubber boots for everything for the pistons in that caliper actually look to be in decent condition. They've definitely been replaced because they're not original to these. They would not be looking that good if that was the case. I want to go test drive this thing, but I already ripped the gauge out of it, and I want to have gauges for test driving. One for coolant temp, that's the most important one. I don't want to blow another head gasket. But I would also like my tachometer for tomorrow. That would be very ideal. And I was sitting here, I plugged in my little OBD2 Bluetooth adapter to my OBD2 port and was fighting with this tablet for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And it turns out that tablet is on a version of Android 5.1.1 that I guess on some tablets has issue with pairing with Bluetooth devices. And there's no updates for the tablet. And I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to like root it or something to fix it. So I drove down to the local micro center and I picked up a tablet. It's actually cheaper and it's like way nicer. So I'm just gonna return that one off Amazon. Yeah, it's a little Lenovo tablet, 7-inch thing. I already checked it. It works with the Bluetooth, thank God. Yeah, so I am just using some 3M double-sided tape to mount it for now. Eventually, I'd like to come up with some sort of mounting, solution where I can remove it from here. But this works for now. It's quick and it should hold it nice and solid. I've got a ton of this stuff that's going to be holding it on. This stuff's pretty darn sticky. So I'm just going to stick it on and then I'm going to run a little. I bought a straight micro or mini USB, micro USB to cigarette lighter thing. So I'm just going to run that. And that will be my way of keeping it charged. This is a configurable screen, so I can't see it great from here. Like the RPMs are sort of cut off by the steering wheel, so I can actually go in here and move these so I can put them where I can see them. That's pretty cool. And also GPS speedometer, so I don't have a speedometer in this car yet, but I'll be able to see approximately how fast I'm going just because of that, which is sort of cool. Yeah, that thing's like solidly mounted on there now. That's pretty darn cool. Yeah, I've got that cord. I'll just run it, and since there's no gauge behind there anymore, I can run it into that cavity. I don't even know if you can tell. Yeah, see? So that worked out pretty well. I'm going to put the wheels back on the car and start her up and take her for a quick test drive. Look at me. I got a freaking camera mounted on my windshield. Only took me like 2 years of doing YouTube to figure that crap out. Stay noisy. What I changed? Brake pads is probably the biggest thing. Have less likely chance of catching on fire. The brake pedal is definitely a little low. Lower than I'd like, at least. Feels good. Feels good. See how the brakes work. Red light. Not perfect, but they are better than before. They're definitely a little bit soft. Definitely a little bit soft. I think part of that is my master cylinder flexing. That's a problem in these cars. You have to brace up the master cylinder. I think part of it is also just the brake